Ladies and gentlemen, every person who has ever achieved greatness has walked through the fire of pain. Not one of them escaped it. Pain is the silent teacher that doesn't ask for your permission before it begins its lesson. I'm fascinated. It arrives uninvited, but it always leaves behind a gift: growth. Pain is not a signal to stop. It's a signal that you are growing. Every moment of discomfort, every hardship, and every trial you face is a silent message from life. Fascinated, reminding you that progress always comes with a price. Growth and comfort cannot exist together. If you want to rise, you must be willing to endure the climb. Pain is the seed of growth, the invisible force that shapes your strength. Fascinated, your patience and your wisdom. Those who understand this truth stop running from pain and begin to use it as fuel. When you face something difficult, your first instinct is often to resist. You might wish the challenge away, fascinated, hoping things could return to how they were before. But growth never happens in retreat. The pain you feel is your mind and body stretching beyond their limits. It's uncomfortable because it's new. I'm fascinated. It's frightening because it's unfamiliar. Yet it's in those very moments that your potential is being awakened. Just like a seed must break open to grow, fascinated, you too must be willing to break through your limits to become something greater. The cracking of the seed is painful, but it's also necessary. Without that breaking, there can be no growth. Fascinated, every person who has achieved greatness in business, in sports, in art, in life, has faced pain that most people would not be willing to endure. The difference between those who succeed and those who stop is not talent or luck. Fascinated, it's their relationship with pain. Some see pain as a threat, while others see it as a teacher. Pain teaches patience when you want to rush. It teaches humility when ego takes over. It teaches resilience when you feel weak. Fascinated, every lesson that leads to success is born in discomfort. You cannot learn courage without fear. You cannot learn endurance without struggle. You cannot learn gratitude without loss. Pain is the foundation on which growth is built. Fascinated, think about how the human body grows. When you exercise, you tear tiny muscle fibers. It sounds destructive, but it's actually how strength is created. Those micro tears heal stronger than before, building muscle and endurance. Fascinated, the same is true for emotional and mental growth. Each heartbreak, failure, or setback may feel like you're being torn apart, but in reality, you're rebuilding stronger. Pain is not there to destroy you. Fascinated, it's there to transform you. Every scar tells a story of survival, and every struggle reveals a layer of strength you didn't know existed. Fascinated, the reason so many people give up halfway is because they mistake the pain of growth for the pain of defeat. Growth hurts because it's pulling you out of who you used to be. I'm fascinated. It's stretching you into a new version of yourself that's capable of more. But that process requires endurance. You must be willing to walk through the fire, knowing that it's shaping you into something better. Fascinated, the caterpillar must endure the darkness of the cocoon before it can fly. The seed must endure the pressure of the soil before it can bloom. Likewise, you must endure pain before you can discover your power. Fascinated, pain is the seed of growth because it forces you to adapt, to evolve, to rise. It strips away your excuses and reveals your true strength. Every great transformation begins with struggle. Fascinated, and every step forward demands a little more from you than before. When you begin to see pain as part of your journey rather than an obstacle, you unlock a new kind of power, the power to grow no matter what comes your way. Fascinated, struggle builds resilience, and resilience is the silent strength that keeps you standing when everything else falls apart. Every challenge, every obstacle, and every moment of hardship shapes your character in ways comfort never can. I'm fascinated. Struggle doesn't break you. It reveals you. It strips away the layers of ease and shows what you're truly made of. When life gets hard, you are being given an opportunity to become tougher, wiser, and more capable than before. Fascinated. You don't grow when things are simple. You grow when life forces you to stretch beyond your limits. Resilience is not something you're born with. It's something you build, one trial at a time. I'm fascinated. Every time you face difficulty and refuse to quit, you strengthen your ability to endure. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The first time you fall, it hurts deeply. The second time, I'm fascinated, you learn to get back up faster. The third time, you start expecting challenges and stop fearing them. Over time, struggle transforms from something you dread into something you understand. Fascinated, you begin to see that it's not the struggle itself that defines you, but how you respond to it. Think of the people you admire most. Fascinated, they didn't reach greatness because life was kind to them. They became great because they learned to rise every time life pushed them down. Struggle taught them persistence, humility, I'm fascinated, and the courage to keep going when there was no guarantee of success. Every failure carved wisdom into their character. Every disappointment built their patience. Every rejection prepared them for something better. I'm fascinated. They didn't avoid pain, they faced it, and that made them unshakable. The truth is, struggle is a test that every dream must pass through. If your dream is big, your test will be bigger. Fascinated. The journey to success is not meant to be easy because easy paths don't create strong travelers. When life throws obstacles in your way, it's not trying to stop you, it's trying to strengthen you for the weight of your future. Fascinance is what allows you to carry that weight. It's the inner fire that whispers, keep going, when everything around you says, give up. And that whisper becomes your greatest weapon. When you face struggle, fascinated, you have two choices. You can let it define you or you can let it refine you. The defining choice is where resilience is born. People who avoid challenges often stay the same. They protect their comfort but sacrifice their potential. I'm fascinated. Those who embrace struggle might fall and stumble, but each time they rise, they come back stronger. Life is a cycle of resistance and recovery, and resilience is the bridge that connects the two. I'm fascinated. It's not about avoiding storms. It's about learning how to stand in the rain until the sky clears. Resilience doesn't mean you never feel pain or fear. It means you acknowledge them, but refuse to be controlled by them. I'm fascinated. You keep moving even when you don't see results yet, trusting that your struggle has a purpose. The most powerful people in the world have all felt broken at some point, but they refuse to stay broken. Fascinated, they turn their wounds into wisdom, their pain into progress, and their struggle into strength. That is what resilience does. It turns hardship into transformation. The struggle you face today is not your enemy, it's your trainer. Fascinated, it's shaping your endurance, sharpening your mindset, and preparing you for the moments that will define your life. The stronger the storm, the stronger the sailor. The harder the climb, the more breathtaking the view. I'm fascinated. And the more you struggle, the more resilient you become. Sacrifice is the silent currency of success, and every great achievement is built upon it. To gain something extraordinary, you must be willing to give up something ordinary. Fascinated. The world often admires the results, but forgets the price paid behind them. The sleepless nights, the lonely hours, the quiet moments of doubt that no one else sees. Sacrifice is not just about giving up comfort. Fascinated, it's about trading short-term ease for long-term purpose. Every dream, every goal, every vision demands a cost, and only those willing to pay it can truly rise. The path to success is never lined with convenience. Fascinated, it requires discipline, focus, and an unwavering sense of purpose. When others are relaxing, you might be working. When others choose distraction, you choose dedication. Fascinated, it's not because you love the struggle, it's because you understand its value. Every sacrifice you make today is a brick laid for your future foundation. The time you spend learning, training, fascinated, or improving when no one else is watching is what sets you apart when the spotlight finally arrives. Success doesn't come from luck. It comes from those who were willing to give up what was easy in pursuit of what was meaningful. Fascinated, sacrifice also tests your priorities. It forces you to decide what truly matters. Many people say they want success, but when the cost appears, early mornings, late nights, missed parties, moments of isolation, they retreat. Fascinated, they want the reward without the price. But nothing valuable ever comes without effort. Sacrifice weeds out the uncommitted. It shows who truly believes in their dream and who only likes the idea of it. Those who keep going, fascinated, even when it hurts, are the ones who eventually win. They understand that pain is temporary, but pride in what you've built lasts forever. There's also an emotional side to sacrifice that few people talk about. Fascinated, it's not just about losing time or comfort. It's about letting go of your old self. Growth demands that you shed habits, environments, and sometimes even people who no longer align with your vision. It's hard. Fascinated, it feels lonely at times. But that loneliness is the space where transformation happens. You begin to understand that true success often requires walking alone for a while. The journey becomes quieter, but your purpose becomes louder. I'm fascinated. You realize that sacrifice isn't about losing. It's about investing in a future that will one day repay you tenfold. Every successful person can look back and point to a time when they had to make a choice. Fascinated, stay comfortable or move forward. Sacrifice is that defining choice. The athlete who trains while others sleep. The entrepreneur who risks everything to build something new. Fascinated. The student who studies when friends are out having fun. They all share one truth. They understand that the pain of discipline is far lighter than the pain of regret. Regret is what happens when you choose comfort over purpose. Fascinated, discipline, on the other hand, is the gift that keeps giving long after the struggle is over. Sacrifice shapes your character because it teaches you the value of patience, focus, and endurance. Fascinated strips away laziness and forces you to earn everything you desire. It reminds you that success is not instant. It's the sum of all the little sacrifices you've made along the way. Every early morning, I'm fascinated. Every small decision to keep going, every moment you said no to distraction added up to something powerful. When your time finally comes and your efforts bear fruit, you will realize that none of the sacrifices were wasted. I'm fascinated. They were the building blocks of your strength, the silent proof of your dedication, and the true reason you turn pain today into power tomorrow. Every setback carries within it a hidden opportunity. Fascinated, a quiet invitation to rise higher than before. For what seems like an ending is often the beginning of something greater. Life has a strange way of using disappointment as direction and pain as a compass guiding you toward your true path. Fascinated. When you experience failure, rejection, or loss, it can feel as if everything you've worked for has been destroyed. But with time and perspective, I'm fascinated. You begin to see that setbacks are not meant to stop you. They are meant to set you up for a stronger comeback. When life throws you backward, it's often preparing to launch you forward. Every great story has a moment of struggle. Fascinated, a point where the hero is tested beyond measure. That moment is not a punishment, but a preparation. It's life's way of asking, how badly do you want this? Every dream will test your resilience, your faith, and your patience. Fascinated, the people who rise above their setbacks are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who learn how to stand again. They refuse to let failure define them. Instead, fascinated, they use it as fuel to refine their purpose and strengthen their resolve. When something doesn't go your way, it's easy to feel discouraged and doubt yourself. But sometimes what looks like rejection is really protection. Fascinated, life may be steering you away from something that wasn't right for you toward something far better. That missed opportunity, that closed door. Fascinated, that painful ending, all of it could be redirecting you to a path you would have never found otherwise. The setback becomes a setup the moment you decide to see it differently. Perspective transforms pain into power. Instead of asking, I'm fascinated, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what is this teaching me? That simple shift changes everything. The truth is, success is rarely a straight line. It's full of detours, delays, and unexpected turns. Fascinated. But every setback adds depth to your journey. It teaches you humility when things don't go your way and patience when progress feels slow. It builds character in a way that comfort never could. Fascinated. Every obstacle you face strengthens the foundation of your future. The person you become through the struggle is far more important than the victory itself. When you learn to see failure as feedback and rejection as redirection, fascinated, you stop fearing obstacles and start embracing them as part of the process. History is filled with people who turned setbacks into setups for greatness. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before perfecting the light bulb. I'm fascinated. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. Each of them could have quit when things went wrong, but instead they used their setbacks as stepping stones. Fascinated, their failures didn't destroy them, they shaped them. They understood that every delay was developing something within them that success never could. The same is true for you. Every time you rise after falling, fascinated, you become a little stronger, a little wiser, and a little closer to your dream. When you face a setback, it's not the end of your story, it's a turning point. The pain you feel is the energy of transformation. I'm fascinated, urging you to grow beyond your limits. Setbacks teach you what you're made of and prepare you for the success that's coming. The key is to keep moving forward even when progress seems invisible. I'm fascinated. The universe rewards those who persist when others quit. One day you'll look back and realize that the very thing that tried to break you was actually building you. Every setback was a setup, and every fall was part of the rise. Fascinated. Power is not built overnight. It is forged through patience, endurance, and unwavering faith in the process. In a world that glorifies instant results, it's easy to lose sight of the quiet strength that comes from waiting, enduring, fascinated, and believing even when nothing seems to be changing. Pain has a way of testing that patience. It stretches time, slows progress, and makes you question whether your efforts are worth it. But if you can learn to endure without giving up, fascinated, if you can hold your ground in moments of doubt, you will discover that patience is what turns pain into power. Every season of struggle serves a purpose. There are times when you will plant seeds and see no signs of growth for months. I'm fascinated, maybe years. But just because you can't see what's happening beneath the surface doesn't mean nothing is happening. Roots grow in silence. Strength is developed in stillness. Fascinated, life often delays visible success because it's still building invisible foundations. The patience you practice during this phase is what shapes your resilience and character. Without patience, pain feels endless. With patience, fascinated, pain becomes the tool that strengthens your soul and prepares you for what's ahead. Patience does not mean doing nothing. It means continuing to move forward with faith, even when the results are not immediate. I'm fascinated. It's showing up every day, putting in the work, and trusting that time will reward your consistency. When you face pain, your natural instinct is to escape it, to find shortcuts, distractions, or easy ways out. Fascinated, but true growth requires staying present with the pain long enough to understand its purpose. Each challenge is a test of endurance, asking whether you have the strength to keep walking even when the road gets hard. Fascinated, the ones who do are the ones who eventually find power waiting at the end of that path. Pain also teaches patience by breaking down the illusion of control. You cannot rush healing, success, or transformation. Fascinated, some things simply take time, no matter how badly you want them to happen. This can be one of life's hardest lessons. We often think power is about speed or dominance, but in truth, fascinated, real power lies in restraint, in your ability to remain calm in chaos, focused in failure, and patient in pain. When you stop fighting against time and start flowing with it, you develop a quiet confidence that nothing can shake. I'm fascinated. You begin to understand that what's meant for you will come, not when you demand it, but when you're truly ready for it. The transformation from pain to power is rarely visible while it's happening. You might feel lost, broken, but I'm fascinated, forgotten. But every minute you spend enduring builds a muscle. Patience sharpens your vision and deepens your understanding of what truly matters. You stop chasing quick rewards and start valuing meaningful progress. Fascinated, power comes not from escaping the storm, but from learning to stand in the rain without losing faith. When you endure, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your circumstances. Fascinated, that realization alone becomes a source of immense power. Time has a way of revealing what pain was meant to teach. Every difficulty you face, every season of waiting, every period of silence is preparing you for something bigger. Fascinated, patience is the bridge between pain and purpose. It transforms frustration into focus and suffering into strength. When you look back one day, I'm fascinated, you'll realize that what once felt like unbearable waiting was actually the process that gave you endurance, wisdom, and control. Pain tested you, but patience transformed you. And in that transformation, I'm fascinated, you found your true power, the kind that cannot be taken away because it was built slowly, deeply, and unshakably within you. Victory does not belong to those who have never fallen. Fascinated, it belongs to those who have fallen 1,000 times and still found the courage to rise again. Life will test you in ways you never expect. It will push you to your limits, break your plans, and challenge your strength. I'm fascinated. In those moments, it's easy to believe that you've lost. But true victory is not about never failing. It's about refusing to stay down when you do. Every time you rise after a fall, you build power that no setback can take away. Fascinated. Endurance is what separates dreamers from achievers. It is the quiet persistence to keep moving even when the journey feels endless. Endurance is the heartbeat of every success story. The greatest athletes, leaders, fascinated, and creators in history did not get where they are because life was easy for them. They endured countless disappointments, defeats, and moments of doubt. What made them different was their ability to keep showing up. I'm fascinated. They didn't wait for motivation. They relied on discipline. They didn't need constant applause. They found strength in silence. Fascinated. Endurance is not glamorous. It's often lonely and exhausting, but it's the trait that keeps you standing when others have given up. When everything seems to be falling apart, endurance whispers that it's not over yet. I'm fascinated. The path to victory is paved with setbacks, rejections, and moments of pain. But those moments are not signs of failure. They are part of the process of building your strength. Fascinated. Each obstacle you overcome adds another layer to your resilience. Each challenge forces you to dig deeper into your potential. The reason endurance is so powerful is because it turns pain into purpose. When you learn to endure, fascinated, pain loses its power to break you. It may bend you, but it cannot destroy you. You learn to adapt, to rise, and to keep walking forward even when the outcome is uncertain. That ability to persist, even in darkness, fascinated, is what ultimately leads to light. Endurance also teaches humility and gratitude. It reminds you that success isn't something you're entitled to. It's something you earn through consistent effort. Fascinated. The journey becomes more meaningful because of the hardships you've faced along the way. You begin to appreciate every small victory, every little step forward. The struggle gives value to the success. Without endurance, fascinated would feel hollow. But when you've fought for it, when you've endured pain, fear, and doubt, the victory becomes sacred. It's no longer just about winning. It's about becoming someone stronger in the process. I'm fascinated. Every time you endure, you build a deeper level of confidence. You stop fearing failure because you've survived it before. You stop doubting your strength because you've already proven it to yourself. Fascinated. That inner confidence becomes your true source of power. People who endure don't rely on luck or talent. They rely on persistence. They understand that the road to success is long and uneven, but that every step forward, fascinated, no matter how small, brings them closer to their goal. Endurance transforms obstacles into stepping stones and pain into power. In the end, victory is not given. It is earned by those who refuse to quit. Fascinated. The endurer is the one who keeps going when motivation fades, who keeps believing when results are unseen, and who keeps fighting even when the world says it's impossible. The power of endurance lies in its simplicity. Fascinated. Just keep moving forward. You don't have to be the fastest, the smartest, or the strongest. You just have to refuse to stop. Because every time you choose to rise again, you prove that defeat is only temporary. Fascinated. The one who endures is the one who ultimately wins. Victory belongs to the endurer, not because the road was easy, but because they had the strength to finish it. I'm fascinated. Pain today truly becomes power tomorrow when you choose to see struggle not as punishment, but as preparation. Every hardship you face is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling the victories ahead. Fascinated. Growth demands discomfort, and greatness is never born in ease. The pain you feel is not in vain. It is carving out the space within you for greater strength and deeper purpose. Endure the struggle, trust the process. I'm fascinated and believe that every difficult moment is a step toward your transformation. The storms you face today are not meant to break you, but to awaken the power that lies within. One day you will look back and realize that every tear, fascinated, every failure, and every moment of doubt was building the foundation for your success. Pain is temporary, but the power it creates lasts forever.